Kunenzera zemasoja zekuzibatana zote era emtemo yose nenzera zakanaka tisare tinotora zeno zemasero zotera ezeno zote zatorwa kumurenge taura ezeneseka kuru jengewe wano kote matembe sese zakana mtangano padara ezamnotenga nenzera zakanaka moto zeno zote
Mines disappeared the 15 billion, who is now the Minister of Macroeconomic and Planning, including investment. Kuruguya again, Mike Bima, who is Minister of Industry. Apart from that, Kuruguya also the bond note governor, John Manguchka. Among others, my deputies and secretaries. You know, this ZANU-PF can find an occasion like that. Everybody want to be on the wagon to loot.
Okay, all right. Vapepe, I'll ask you a little bit more about that later on the show. Zvisine Zimbabwe, I know that a lot of people are waiting. Kuna mkoma Stan Zvorwadza. I know kuti mamusunyazo tinzwa zvakanaka earlier on. I've got all the confidence that you can hear me loud and clear now, and also you'll be able to hear mkoma Stan Zvorwadza live from Zimbabwe as we speak. Mkoma Stan ndine urombo vanhu vanga vasikunzwa ipa matanga kutaura paya ndatanga kubvunza inini kuti mkoma Stan ndakangoona kuno kuma video yenyu yakutumirwa kufoni kwangu. I think more than 20 people sent me the video. Sodza, mkoma Stan Zvorwadza has been involved in this situation ku Rainbow Hotel. Can you find out if he is okay? He's been bundled in his truck and been taken away. We want to help. If there is any help we can do, somewhere even offering kuti kana kurichitodiwa mari, we can raise money kuti muburiswe. What do you say kana mchinzwa vanhu vachitaura kudaro?
Zvinoratidza kuti vanhu vari concerned. It's quite encouraging because people who testify that they are also pained, who give testimony that they feel for others. It's quite encouraging.
Anyway,
this is the spirit.
Yes, this is the spirit. Okay, Mkoma Stan, let me ask you again. How are you mentally and physically?
I'm all right. We do not mourn when a person gets involved in such incidents, especially when you are dealing with dictatorship. You are dealing with a group that thinks that oppression and suppression is the order of the day. So what happened to me that day is nothing much compared to other activists who were killed, other activists who were tortured and maimed. So we should thank God that the worst didn't happen. But surely we need to be able to rise up and go against this dictatorship, oppression, suppression.
Yes, Zvorwadza, kune vasina kuona video yenyu zvakaitika musi wechishanu last week. Can you take us through what actually happened on that morning, and how did you organize yourself to find yourself there, and what was your motives, and what happened pamakatorwa and you were bundled in? And I saw at one stage makatona motikari, and I thought you've broken the bonds there. But when I spoke to you later on, take us through the whole ordeal that you went through.
Okay, here we are with the vice president in a hotel, spending in excess of $600 US daily in an economy where we do not have blood in hospitals, we have poor service delivery, we have potholes, we have so much that we need as citizens. We went to him months back and asked him politely to vacate the hotel room so that the money that he is spending on luxuries can be channeled to other use. He ignored. And then last week, we also made an attempt to politely discuss with him through letter writing, through other avenues, so that he can possibly hear that what he is doing to continue spending taxpayers' money lavishly is wrong, but he still ignored. So we went around, organized ourselves, not a big group, we just went a handful of individuals to protest as an indication that what he's doing is utterly wrong and we no longer tolerate it. When we did that, we gave him an ultimatum to vacate the hotel in 7 days. If he had ignored that call or last call, we were prepared to put up tent at Sheraton Hotel, Rainbow Towers, as a sign of disgruntlement. Apparently, riot police was aware that we were going to take that move, but we also said to riot police, enough is enough. We are not going to be intimidated. Zimbabwe is our country, and we are not going to be pushed aside. What the vice president is doing is wrong, and all we want is for him to behave like a mature man. A hotel is a hotel. You need to check in, and at some point you need to check out. You can't go about spending money so lavishly in an economy that is in a comatose. So that was basically the objective and the brief background as to why we did it. We went there, riot police came, bundled us up, they put myself and another activist on the truck, and very interestingly, one policeman who was seated next to me on my right and the other one blocked the cameraman, and then the other policeman pushed me off the truck when the truck was moving. You know, it was so dramatic, I couldn't believe it.
I thought maybe it was you. I thought maybe it was you. The way it looked to me, it looked like it was you who jumped out of the truck.
No, I was pushed. I was pushed off the truck. You know, it was so dramatic. I'm thinking here, what is this guy trying to do? What is the motive? But surely the fortunate part of it is that the truck was not moving that fast. Number two, I was determined to secure safety of my head. And at this point, we are saying, if we retract and retreat, Zimbabwe will never be free. So we are determined to stand up and rise up. He's actually vacated the hotel yesterday temporarily to pave way for the president of Sierra Leone to come and occupy. Only temporarily. I don't know whether he is going to go forever or not. But we are saying if he does not move out permanently, come Monday, Tuesday, we are taking action against him in terms of peaceful protest. And this is the only measure that he sees valid. This is the only measure that we are going to take as a move to show our disgruntlement, our happiness our unhappiness towards what he's doing.
So when you got to the police station, I mean, you don't have to tell us what happened there, but if you may, you can tell us. What was there any brutality there?
Serious, severe brutality. At the police station, I was assaulted, but not badly. During the night, they didn't give me any blankets. It's winter out here. All they did was to give me a small blanket to put on the floor, and that was it. And they deprived me of any blanket throughout the night. It was freezing cold. I couldn't bear the coldness, but I sustained the coldness and survived through the night to the following morning. I was so bitter, but I'm quite happy that at least Zimbabweans are starting up to rise. And when I went to court, got bail $200, and was told not to visit Rainbow Towers until the matter is finalized. I respect courts. I'm happy with that. But I will continue protest on other areas away from Holiday Inn, Rainbow Towers. This, I am saying, Zimbabweans, we need to rise up. Zimbabwe is ours. Unless we take action, these oppressors will remain. This is the time. I've realized 200 or 300 people joined me yesterday, and people are coming up in large numbers to protest against this oppression, to protest against this stubbornness. So I am happy that Zimbabweans are standing up and something meaningful is beginning to happen.
Zvorwadza, I know that you can travel, you can come kuno UK. It would have been easy for you to come here, get a job, and live peacefully here with your family. What is driving you to take the fight?
It is not about myself. It is about us. Each time you think about yourself, you become so selfish. But if you become selfish, who do you serve? You serve no one. Because one's life is not about yourself. It's about that next person who is voiceless, that next person who cannot speak, who cannot stand up, who is old, who is a child, who is an unborn baby. And this responsibility goes beyond personal appeasement, goes beyond a personal need, goes beyond self. So surely I will not worry about myself when things are not all right. I will begin thinking about myself when my heart, my conscience, and everyone else believes that everything is all right.
Have you ever thought about your life in all this?
This is my life.
So if something happens to you, you don't care. As long as you take the fight to them, you don't care about what might come tomorrow. I mean, for your safety. That's what I mean.
Yeah, my safety is guided and protected by the one who created me. And the issue here is not about whether or not I care. I do care about my life. But I respect the passion in me, the passion that drives me to believe that I am not broader than those that I represent.
Right, okay. Zimbabwe, kana muchangotibata tiri pano panhepfenyuro yenyu yeSimnet Radio, tiri kukurukura namukoma Stan Zvorwadza. This is a guy I cannot thank him enough. What he is doing in Zimbabwe there, he's saying he's gonna take the fight to people who vaondonga nyika yedu, and we hear that now the teachers and the nurses are not getting paid, and here we are. A vice president is living lavishly in a hotel where he's paying over $600 a day. Surely we cannot stand and watch from afar. Varikutiwo, he is guided nepfungwa dzawo, his heart, to help the people of Zimbabwe. Right. Handisi kuziva vapfebve mune mubvunzo here wamungada kubvunza Zvorwadza?
Mine is not a question per se, but it's a compliment. My brother, I've known you for a long time as a fighter, and I think I emulate you, and my Zimbabweans must all support you. And thank you very much again. I know this is not your first incarceration, and I know very well that it is not your last incarceration. DJ Sodza, it takes somebody who has been in the scenario ya Zvorwadza to understand what he went through. I haven't went through as much as Zvorwadza, I have to accept. But I also was arrested 3 record times, incarcerated 3 record times. And the latest was actually 2013. It's not a pleasant situation, but if your conscience is your master, then you do it. And when you are in that limbo, you don't normally think about yourself. You think about the bigger picture of what you're fighting for. Anything else comes second. You are actually surprised when your own relatives and friends fear for you. You only actually think about the security aspect of it, the risk aspect of it, when you are out of that scenario. And I think I understand what Zvorwadza is coming from, and I very well understand that his conscience is his master. And if you are committed as a politician, you are committed as a Democrat, you are committed to save the people, you actually use yourself as a candle, consuming yourself, lighting other people's life, with the hope that one day the entire nation will be free. Not you, but the entire nation is free.
The entire nation. Okay, all right.
So that's my contribution.
That's your contribution. Okay, thank you so much. And Zvorwadza, this might be a very tough question to you, but what would you say to some people that come to me and say, Zvorwadza is fighting a war that he cannot win? Or maybe in another words, they are saying that you are doing it in vain.
Right. It is people's belief that I'm possibly fighting a war that I cannot win. I am not fighting this alone. This war I'm fighting with everyone. I'm fighting with you, sitting on a radio program this late, only means everyone who is listening, who is in attendance, is fighting with me. It's not about being incarcerated. It's not about being beaten. It's not about suffering a lone war. It's about being together in mind, in the hearts, and in what we are doing. This war, we are going to win it. From this point on, moving forward, we are going to reclaim back our Zimbabwe. We are going to be able to push for every form of reform that the government has failed through practical participation on the streets, protest, doing things that will make the government see if it is a government that is governing citizens, then they are going to see that Zimbabweans are saying no. I want to point out now that the biggest tragedy of our suffering is of a political solution. And this political solution must be addressed, and we need this to be addressed. And at this point, anyone who believes that this is a lone fight, they may think it's a lone fight. It's not a lone fight. It is a fight by everybody. And many, many people are rising up. I can tell you, hundreds of people, about 200, 300 people yesterday alone, came to visit me, sat with me, spend the day with me. And they are determined to push this struggle far ahead, much better than me, much stronger than me, much determined than me. And we are saying the numbers are coming up, and we will surely have the reforms that will bring a political dispensation that respect people.
Aiwa, thank you so much, Mkoma Zvorwadza. Mkoma Wilbert, you've got a question or anything you want to say there? Mkoma Wilbert, are you there? Oh, Baba Chirangu. Baba Dikondo is writing to us here saying, thank you, Zvorwadza, for your bravery and your resolve to fight on despite the evil machinations against your aspirations. My prayers to you and others. #Tajamuka. Thank you so much, Baba Dikondo, for those kind words. Right. If you are out there and you want to have a word with Mkoma Zvorwadza, he is with us here, maybe for the next 15-20 minutes. If you've got a question or you've got any encouragement you want to give him, you can give us a call, Kunokuma Studios, then motaura now. Regai intimpo mwamvura bichana for 1 minute. We'll be back after this.
Advertise with Zimnet Radio. Email marketing@zimnetradio.com.
It is a Thursday, and you know what that means. It's a men's corner show with yours truly, DJ Sodza.
Shumari, muzenyedze Zimnet Radio idzi. Ndaswera panapa ndichiterera mhanzi, vamwe vachidonhedza ndiro dzakapenga. Iwe garapa. Ndati garapa unzwe masounds ari kudonheswa panapa. Izimnet chete iyoyi.
in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much. 13 minutes before the hour of 11. Kuno United Kingdom. Kurukura zvedu isusu na Baba Stan Zvorwadza. Mukoma Stan, there is a question coming through. Kwanziko, thank you for taking on very noble causes. The question is, you made your name on this station through the Vendors Association, and now you emerge as an activist about the Vice President Mpoko. What is the connection? Question marking. Are you paid to take on any of these causes?
Right. To start off with, it is a good question that needs clarification. Number one, I am not a foreigner in Zimbabwe. I am a citizen and I am a Zimbabwean. I lead a group of individuals who are marginalized, vendors. And in doing this, I am not doing this alone. I am doing this with the vendors themselves. The vendors muted an idea and they are unhappy because they are selling on the streets without water, without toilets, no ablution facilities, when the vice president is spending so much every day. Vendors are upset, vendors are not happy. I am not happy. And we need to be able to educate Zimbabweans. The issue is not about a sector that you are working under. The issue is about the proper governance. Leaders must be accountable to those that they govern, to those that they lead. Vendors get affected by political solutions. Vendors get affected by what politicians end up doing. Vice President is overspending taxpayers' money. And as vendors, we are being affected by lack of ablution facilities. There are no pills, drugs in hospitals. We cannot have water, and there is shortage of electricity every day. And as I speak right now, there is no electricity for the past 2 days. And I can tell you, we need to stand up wherever you are, if you are a vendor, if you are an electrician, if you are a teacher, if you are a nurse, for as long as you get affected by what is happening in Zimbabwe. Lastly, when you are doing work for the voiceless, you do not get paid. I don't get paid, and so it will remain.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, titorese kurara but tisati tadaro kune vari da kutifonera kunoko pane vamwe vari kubvunza kuti manhamba dzenyu akamira sei. Zimbabwe tane app. This app is very good, even for some of us who are not very good in this technology. I'm managing myself to navigate it. All you got to do, download the app on your iPad or on your iPhone or on your Android gadgets. Just download the app, Yesimnet Radio. Everything is there. I mean everything. Chat room, you've got your contact details. You can write an email, post any message that you want to post on there. Everything is there. Upcoming shows, you name it. Podcast, all the shows that we are doing now are being reposted there. So if you miss anything, you can go back and listen on your spare time. But anyway, vari United Kingdom munokwanisa kundifonera pa 0208 1443766. That's 0208 kana muri Canada and USA munogona kutibata pa 0121 473 63622. That's 12147363622. Get in touch, and if you want to speak to Stan Zvorwadza, he's with us here tonight. Sekuru, a good evening to you.
Maneru, waswera sei muzukuru wangu?
Ndaswera zvangu. Kuri seiko kwenyu kunobviwo?
Kunotonhorera mujana nhasi.
Yeah, and so are you one of the? Are you joining the bandwagon of wanting Jeremy Corbyn to resign?
No,
You want him to stay?
Corbyn must stay. Uyu Cameroon akaresign. Vanhu velebha vendikiri vekumaconservative vanoziva kuti Cameroon anga asingazostendi for another term. Saka vari kutya kuti munhu wavo munyowani wavanoelecta kuti azosangana naCorbyn zvinenge zvinovanetsa. Vanotya kuti pamwe anotanga kubudirira.
Okay.
Saka vakuti Corbyn uda. Chitsotsi chizanu type of politics.
But to be fair, he's an old and tired man, isn't he?
Ani wacho.
Yeah, Corbyn wenyu.
Imi zvamunongotaura zveold yakotaura yakadarika mugabe iri kupi.
Anyway, Sekuru, thank you so much. Kufara zvangu nemi Sekuru. Tina mukoma Stan Zvorwadza pano Sekuru. Have you got any words for him or anything you want to tell him?
Tajamuka ndiye tajamuka wacho. Stan.
Mukoma.
Muzukuru wangu usadaro kati unojamuka muHarare muStreet. Vanokusunga kana ukajamuka muStreet. Saka mboko uri kuibudisa rini?
Ndinofunga mboko inogona yatobuda because yanzi yabuda temporarily. Handizive kuti ichadzoka zvakare here muhotera umu kana kuti ndoko akutobuda kwavanhu vakuru vachiita kunyarudzurudza kuri kutobuda kokuenda. Asi takavapa ultimatum ye7 days. Vakasabuda tiri kuita more action asi panobuda chete.
Mboko ngairambe yakatsunywa because mukatozviregerera akaramba arimo kama akutorusa mamax. Chitoramba zvamakatotanga soka chitoramba makatotsika kuti kaabuda chete.
Mazvita Sekuru, ticharamba takamira mashoko ekurudzirwa tinoafarira.
Because mukangomuregera akagaramoka hamuchina effect pa next stage yamunoda kuita.
Ndizvozvo.
Asi ini ndiri kufara zvangu handiti wakazotaura navanhu vana Gutu vakazotaura newe uri kuchitokisi.
Hongu vaGutu vakandifonera tikataura tikakurukura. Vakandisimbisao ndinofara zvikuru.
Utende muzukuru wangu iyeyo ndiye akataura kuti Sekuru mwenyu wasungwako.
Ndinotenda Sekuru.
Muzukuru wangu iyeye Luku iyeye ari pafoni vari papaparedio.
Vakanditumira message vakandilinka up zvikafamba. Ndinozvitenda.
Sekuru muchatisungisa nemapurisa imi. Thank you so much. Right. Zvisinei ndo zvazvinoita Zimbabwe kufara zvedu. Regai titori mukoma Benford watinzoti wari kuda kuti kudii. Mukoma Benford yes.
Look, usati waenda kure. Uyu ari papa. Nyaya yaZvorwadza, nyaya yamanyenyenika. Achiri pere Zvorwadza.
Varipo. Ndiripo Sekuru.
Nyaya yamanyenyeni inoda kuti tigadzirise iitwe zveganyavu.
Hongu.
Inoda kujamukirwa futi nyaya yamanyenyeni inoda kutsvagwa vanhu veCombined Residents Association yeHarare nevechitungwiza.
Pasi kuwere.
Vobatanidzwa vakadaro voinda kunojamukira pamba pakasungwire. Musaenda kumaofisi ake, endai kumba kwake.
Ndizvozvo. Ipfungwa yakanaka iyo Sekuru. Tichapusha.
Mukaenda kumaofisi munosungwa musati masvika. Mukaenda kumba kwake munomusurprise.
ipfungo yakanaka sekuru. Tichapusha agenda yekuti vanhu havada kuti nhasi uno munhu ari kubatwa neanti-corruption. Iyo anti-corruption yacho yakazara nevanhu vari corrupt. Tiri kuvapa macases evanhu vari kuita corruption asi havasunge vachiti hatina macommissioners. Ko nhasi uno macommissioners vavawana kupi? Vanonobata munhu asina mhosva. Kuemploya munhu kunganzi wapara mhosva. Just employing munhu.
Hakuti kuti manyenyene ari very effective asi kungoti itika nditsikewo. Because kana iye akangotitsika toda kuvamutsika wakasukuvere because musoro wake wakaoma.
Ndizvozvo.
Thank you so much. Mkoma Wilbert, are you with us there or something is happening there?
I'm still here.
Oh, yes, still here. Sorry, Mkoma Wilbert, have you got a question or any contribution or any encouragement you want to give Mkoma Zvorwadza vari panapa?
Stan, I heard about your, and I saw it also on YouTube, you know, what happened to Hotel. I think that's one of the tragedies of our political situation, that, you know, the police, if somebody is saying what is going on here is not right, they are manhandled and then, you know, treated the way you did. It's a pity, but I agree with what you're standing for, and I was pleased to hear when that you were arrested and then you were released, because I think it is important that people, I know a few people who were involved in actively trying to make sure that something happened. A lawyer goes and see you if necessary, and I don't know the full details. I think you explained it on this program. Unfortunately, for part of it, I was out of the room. Mm-hmm. But I'm pleased that you were released. And I think in future, what you should do, if you ever should want to do something like this, is, you know, whoever was recorded it on YouTube, they did a good job. Because I think those are some of the things that makes a difference. When it's flashed on today's media that this is happening, the police themselves even hesitate. Because if it had happened in the rural areas where nobody heard about you, I think right now people would not even know that they've been arrested. You know?
Yeah, true.
So it is important that maybe, you know, in fact, I would encourage it that in future, if you go on a demonstration, make sure you've got somebody, one or two people who are standing on the side and are recording everything. And they can immediately splash it so that people know what is happening. Because otherwise, you really could easily disappear. This is a regime that is under pressure. And it's like a snake that has been injured. It's not dead, and it's dead. So just need to be careful about people like
aiwa mashoko akanaka yayo Mkoma Wilbert. Mkoma Benford hapo maswera siku kwa America. About Deconda, I don't know. I think he's trying to pack himself in a chair there. Anyhow, Mkoma Benford, are you there?
Yeah, you
yeah, Mike yenyu moskwendera padhuze kuita yekudya chaiko. But still it's very faint.
All right. Iripa maximum chaibo.
Okay, tauraje?
I think ndakandiri kuda kungosimbaradza Mukoma Skani kuti chimurenga chavari kurwa ichi chikuru ende chinoda kuti varambe vakashinga. Having said that, ndangandida kuti nditi handina kunyatsonzwisisa kuti vamwe vavanopinda navo muzvimurenga izvi vanenge vari vanhu vakaita sei, because when I watched that video, ndakanga ndava really worried about him, because all the other guys, except one other guy, simply disappeared.
Yeah, it's the Mkoma, is it Libert Williams who was there, Mkoma?
Yeah, Libert Williams.
the
Remain.
other guys disappeared. I think people need to realize that our strength is in your numbers. So at that point when vanamukoma stani pavakatorwa paya paya, all the other people vanga vachiparticipata vaifana kudai vakatoti tiri kutopindawo mota macho, worst case scenario. So that was once vaisolate vari two, that is where a lot of abuses start to happen. And hapana mawitness vanenge varipo. So I think that is a message yokuti I don't know how it can get to the rest of us as Zimbabweans. But when you have a demo, your strength is in your numbers, and you should not leave two people vanga vari forefront like vanamukoma stani, like what happened. But anyway, I would say kuti one other thing I would also want to suggest kuna mukoma stani ndanzo vachaggestirwa zvimwe zvinhu nasekuru. I think it's okay, but I would suggest you focus on one thing at a time. You've started this battle yamboko. For now, I would rather you concentrate on that and make sure that this guy leaves the hotel, and then you move on to other battles. Otherwise, mukaita battles akawanda, it dilutes zvamunoda kuita. Zvinobva zvashaya focus. That's just my way of looking at it. At the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much Mkoma Penford. Vamoyo ku Australia uko maswera sei? Oh, mangwana ni kwamuri.
Tamuka Mkoma maswera sei.
Have you got any words for Mkoma Zvorwadza here briefly?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you if you, well, maybe just one or two questions. Hello?
Yes, Vunzaiji.
Oh, okay. But ndisanda bvunza mubvunzo ndalaida kutanga hangu nekuti I wish we could probably spare a moment and give our prayers towards the former Prime Minister, Mr. Morgan Richard Changirai, for to ask God for his speedy recovery. I understand he's not feeling well, and I think we should put our prayers and ask God to extend his healing hand and touch him wherever he's not feeling well, so that he gets well and he gets better soon. I do know we could differ in our opinions here and there, but that does not make us different Zimbabweans. We should remain the same Zimbabweans and deal with each other when one is in a situation. Okay, having said that, the next thing is I just wanted to find out from Mkoma Zvorwadza and anyone else who may have information to assist me here. What I was looking at is vice president is staying in a hotel, a 5-star hotel for that long. Surely it is expensive and unsustainable. And I mean, for the effort to be quantified, probably we may need a few quantities here to specify the magnitude of the effort. It will give Mkoma Zvorwadza and his colleagues, or should I say his fellow combatants. The little information that I have, which may be incorrect and therefore still to be corrected, they could see the Rainbow Tower is actually a government hotel, which makes it a parastatal. If that information is correct, if a government official stays there, the amount of money that he is paying, where is the money coming from and where is it going? Is it the government drawing money from itself and then paying it to itself? In that case, what is the loss? If that is the case, but if that is not the case, then maybe you may need clarification as to what owns the Rainbow Tower, and as a result, we now know the actual quantity of the money that the government is spending and this money is going to who?
Okay, right. Mukoma Stani munokwanisa kupindura that question?
Hello?
Yeah, ichokwadi ndinogona kupindura mubvunzo iwoyo. Right, chekutanga ndechekuti kunyangwe Rainbow Towers iri government institution, azvireve kuti kana iwewe uri shareholder weinstitution yehurumende iri kusustainwa nataxpayer, then you have freedom to spend lavishly. Asi ndichaenderera mberi ndichikuudzai kana kukuonesai kana kukuzivisai kuti Rainbow Towers haitwe owned nehurumende. Hurumende ine mashares hongu, asi mashares ayo ndo mashomanani, which is about 4.66%. Saka hurumende yacho ndiyo inotori neminority shareholding paRainbow Towers.
Okay. Thank you so much for that.
Saka apo ndofunga ndapajekesa kuitira kuti vanhu musadefende chakaipa, handitika? Kuti to be precise, handiti, kuti munyasobatisisa, NASA ndio the biggest shareholder ye Rainbow Towers ine 36.3%. Then koita an individual anonzi Nicholas van Hoogstraat ane 32.5%. Takatarisa zvinezvi tiri kuti isisu kaportion kehurumende kacho kari kusustainwa nataxpayer. Vice President zviri wrong kuti vaspend so much when the nation already spent 3.5 million on a house that he is supposed to stay. Vice President vakambopiwa imba yakagara the late Joseph Musika vakairamba, vakatengerwa imwe imba kuGrange vakairamba, vakatengerwa imwe, varamba dzimba nhatu dziri in the region of 3 million. And munhu chaari kuda ndechipi, chaari kunyasoti anoda ndechipi. Why is he sticking in a hotel room? Hotel inodhura. Hotel, it's not meant kuti unogara as permanent residence. A hotel, you should check in and at some point you should check out. Simple. Who doesn't know that?
Everybody know that. Okay.
Ndingangowedzera kuti vamoyo vanyatsonzwisisa.
Yeah, vamoyo vacho vanenge vari kuita problem nerunhare rwavo, but I think vakateerera. Taurai zvinhu sekuti.
Because mabvunziro avaita vati kana pane umwe unonzwisa, Zvorwadza atsanangura zvakanaka zvikuru kuti National Social Security Authority inoita 36.3%. Van Hoogstraat uyu munhu weZanu ka. Ndio unofinance ZANU. Ndio une mafamu ari pabvuma paya unobva kuchifu achisvika kubvuma, obva kumvuma osvika kugweru nemafamu ake achingopuwa mahara. Anyway, ane 32% iyeyo. Kouya manominees eStanbic Bank vane 19 or 20%, it's 19.96%, it's 20%. Kouya government owns about 4%. But ngatichibatanidza kuti NASA, National Social Security Authority, icompulsory pension fund inoadministrwa nehurumende yatinomanikidzwa kubhadhara mari whether we like it or don't. Saka mpoko pay yake inobhadharwa nesu mataxpayer from our tax. Otorazve pension yedu yatasevha kunasa oishandisa futi muhotera yake. Otorazve mari yegovernment futi pa 4% paya tax yedu futi oshandisa zvekuhotera kwake nevana vake hazvinyatsoita. Dzimwe dzimba dziri kuora dzakatengwa zizi vice president apinda dzoita chakuvhe nokushaya munhu anogaramo nounotsvaira. Isu tichibhadhara kuti kupensheni kwedu mari yedu yepensheni hatichawani mari yepensheni yokuritaya zvakanaka yazviwana namupoko.
Yeah, okay. No, pari right Sekuru. Regainende pana Baba Dikondo. Baba Dikondo, thank you so much for your patience there. If you got a question or just an encouragement for the brother there?
I have got both.
Okay.
Comrade kana kuti Mr. Zvorwadza, I watched your video ndakabatikana zvikuru. You know, thank you very much brother for what you're doing. Unfortunately, hello?
Yes,
unfortunately, I had to do a bit of research out of interest about political activism yenyu, and I think zvema protest zvimaka nekubatwa munenge ma veteran in that area since kuma 2007 muchiri kuita zvema human rights izvi. And also, I don't know kuti zvamaita ma-protest apa, were you specifically standing for vendors or you were doing it on behalf of any political party?
Right. Inini kana nichita protest, I am doing protest not for any entity. I am doing protest for a cause. And kana uchita protest, urikuita protest uchishandisa conscience iri kukuudza kuti zvandiri kuitira zvinhu izvi ndiri kuita zvinhu zviri right. Saka hakuna protest inoitwa for a political party. Ma-protest anoitwa ine political party ndo protest yakafanira kuti unonzwa kuti MDCT yaunganidza ma-politicians vaita protest, kana kuti ZANU-PF yaita 1 million men march, ndo ma-political protest iwayo. But ma-protest mamwe ekuti vice president budai muhotera yamuri kugara zviri wrong, zvamuri kuita zviri wrong, munhu wese uchiona kuti munhu ane imba yakatengerwa yaari kuramba kugara inoda kugara muhotera, izvozvo zviri kuitwa out of realization yekuti an anomaly must be solved, period.
Yeah, I mean, ipapo I totally agree with you, and that's why ndakutendai for that. But ndingotaura hangu maybe in future, because pane ma-links akanyanya akuitwa kunzi maybe zvanga zvisinei nema-vendors zvanga zviri, yeah, it's problem yenyoyo, but it's maybe the press kungokulinka iwo nema-primary elections amakamboita kumbare here muchida kumirira MDC, saka vaakuzviona kunge zviri zvemusangano sezvo makapfekawo futi iyo ma-red colors etc etc. Zvinhu zvandakazoona hangu later on, but I think zvamuri kuita zvinhu zvakanaka chaizvo, and sezvambotaurwa nevamwe makazviita makawanda, muri nani apolitical. I think kana isi tinokumirira iwo tichikubatsirai tichikusapotaiwo pane zvamunenge muchiita. And finally, I don't know kuti zvine effect here kuti muprotestere pahotera kuti abve mboko ipapo, and yet mboko uyu kauyu handiti ane mukuru anomutungamirirawo. In other words, Mugabe ari kuapprove akagara kwa mboko muhotera. Ko protest takangoitageta kuna superior uyu.
Right, protest kuti titagete kuna President Mugabe, it will be misguided, because President Mugabe handi vari kugara muhotera, and President Mugabe, if we want to be truthful to ourselves, sekuru vedu vakura, vaMugabe, we don't want to labor unnecessary issues tsiri dzavo. VaMugabe pavari nhasi vanotobatsirwa kufunga nechero munhu avabatsira kufunga. Kuti tiise effort yedu kune munhu akadaro, isisu vacho ndisinenge takurasika. Munhu ane dambudziko ndi vice president, and vice president munhu mukuru ari mature. Inini dai kwari kunzi munhu ane 21 years kana kuti 19 years kana kuti 18 years ari kurambira muhotera, atengerwa imba taiti zvimwe nguva immaturity irimo maari kuti ari immature, but munhu akaita savice president ane 74 years, surely we don't need kuti titsvage uroyi pausiri. Vice President Mpoko is a problem. He is failing to appreciate that taxpayers' money must not be spent lavishly. He must just move out of that hotel.
Okay.
And move kumba yakatengerwa.
Okay. Time dzangu panapa dzinenge dzaku, I can see system yangu panapa takurasikirwa nema minutes. Ndina Tete wemashoko na Sari apo ndoda kuti wa squeeze ma questions awo before va Zvorwadza vaenda. Sari, welcome there, and ndaona wanga wamboita problem there.
Don't even talk about problems.
Okay, all right. Have you got a question Have you got a question for Stan, or you want to encourage him of the work that he's doing?
I want to encourage him. I want to say thank you very, very, very much for what you are doing and how you are sacrificing yourself for us. Okay, I want to thank you so much, and keep it up, please.
Thank you very much, Sally.
Don't stop, because you are, as I've said before, you are our bright light of hope in Zimbabwe. That the young people will eventually stand up and be counted. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And blessings, and keep as safe as you possibly can.
Thank you, Sally.
Okay.
And thank your wife. Oh, thank your wife very much from us, because that is a very brave lady.
Right. Okay. Tete Mashoko. Yes, mungakwanise kutaurisa here Tete.
Makadini.
Tinofara chose encouragement, questions or discouragements for this young man?
Encouragement ayoshe.
Okay.
Nkwashongo tinokutenda izvikuru. Vari kufona vachitaura zvavo tutema twavo, vanotaura tutema havamboshayikwa, especially kana vachibhadharwa zvavo vachidya vachiguta nezanu pevo, ende vanotowana simba rekutaura tutema. Don't be discouraged. To demonstrate what you are doing, it takes courage, more than courage. Vamwe vese vakaramba vakamira. I think they were just the two of you who resisted, vakamira vakaita zvavakaita. Vamwe vakabva vasvika vakamira parutivi. Kune vanoziva kunonzi kupepeta. Paunopepeta kudai chibage chinoenda uko nezvimwe rubbish zvinoenda kuside. So that demonstrates kuti you are a man of courage. You should be respected, motivated, and I hope there are people out there with the resources who can actually motivate you more. And I hope there are young men and women who are able to stand by the same courage to topple these people. People are fed up, and we are glad that the next generation are actually seeing kuti aikazve inga vari kubirwa vasisiri maparents edu, tisu tiri kubirwa our future. Kudos to you. Minamato tiri kukunamatirai. Carry on, do what you need to do. God bless you.
Mazvita Tete.
Aiwa, tinotenda chose Tete. Mukoma Stan Zvorwadza, nguva dzedu panapa hadzisina kumira zvakanaka. Toda kuti mutaure zvamunoda kuti mutaure. I don't know what you want to tell vanhu vakateerera pane dzino nguva, so that we can let you rest.
Ndinotenda. Mashoko angu mashomanani ndeyekuti there is strength in unity. Tikabatana tinoita simba. Ngatibatsiranei muminamato, support emotionally, tichionana zvinhu pamwe chete, but above all, let us stand up, rise above the bar, and fight oppression, fight suppression, fight brutality, fight this dictatorship, so that tiende pa next level. Vanhu ngavarege kusiyanisa civic work ne-political work. We are all being affected by the political solutions zenyika. So let us not be discouraged. Let us be part of this political platform yekuti zvinhu zvedu zvinake. Chandoda kukurudzira vanhu vese ngatizamei kuti Zimbabwe ive a clean voters roll kuti vachazopinda mupolitics vagone kutora power kubva kumudzvanyiriri anonzi ZANU-PF. We need a clean voters roll. We must fight to have this new voters roll which is biometric in nature tivenaro because tatambura nema political solutions eZimbabwe ndo ari kutishungurudza. Ngatirege kuti tiri munhu wekuchechi you are being affected. Come and be part of it. Usati nini ndiri mupostori, come and be part of it. Usati nini ndiri United Kingdom, come and be part of it. Wherever you are, United States, Canada, Australia, come and be part of this process. Tive in a clean voters roll. Tikwanise kuita move forward na upenyu wedu zvakasununguka.
Kana muchiti vanhu vari kudiaspora come and be part of this, what can the diaspora do in your eyes?
They can put up my resources together.
Oh.
Yadona phone here.
Sekuru, it's all your fault, Sekuru.
Zviri kutaura nazvowadza itatatozidzisa zvowadza ari kuti ngatibatsirane imimi hamugoni kuuya kuzopopota muri kuno muchityidzira mboko asi munogona kutibatsira nemari yokuti vanowanawo kana wawana pawa $2 pondo whatever ukanda ikoko
zvakaoma chaizvo regai tione kuti vanodaira here apa kana kuti what is going on there. I wonder. Makati?
Where can we conduct the
Hello?
Okay, Mkoma Stan, I don't know what had happened there, but you were explaining how the diaspora can help.
But vanhu vari kunze vanogona kubatsira pekuti they can have a focal person. Vanogona kuisa put resources together. Vaisa resources together anogona kubatsira back home kuno kana kuti anogona kuita enhance the struggle by way of advertising, even kufinance ma programs akaita seatiri kuita pano, even kufinance ma programs back here, because chese chinogona kuti zvinhu zviendeke emotionally. Kucommunicate kwatiri kuita ikoko, kukwanisa kuisawo pasocial media, ma platforms muchicontributor ma ideas, it is all part of contribution to help what is happening background. But all and above all, we all need to stand up and rise above the bar, tikwanisa kubvisa dictatorship, so that we can reclaim our lives back.
Aiwa, mashoko akanaka chaizvo.
Steni.
mune account here imimi uyezve inoadministrate vanhu munhu ari trustworthy because chinonetsa vanhu kudiaspora ka avadumbisa mari yavo vasingazodudzi yafamba sei.
Right, ndinopatsanangura ipapo isisu zvatinoita, suppose mune an account handitika yamunoita pool resources together kuUnited Kingdom, mari iyo yotumirwa for a cause kuno kuZimbabwe. What we do zvinhu zviri transparent, mari yese yauya kuno kuZimbabwe tinokupai to every penny how it was spent, totumira back marecords ikoko emaaccounts anenge akaitwa kuti pamari yenyu yamakatumira $20 yakatenga mvura, yakaniwa naningi naningi naningi, mari yakati yakatenga fuel yakafamba kubva point A kuenda point B, mari yakati yakaita zvakati, inoitwa broken down to every penny, motumirwa back marecords. Imi motarisa marecords, if you are not happy with the records, munodzosa moti atina kujekerwa kuti apakafamba sei. Hakuna mari ye-public funds in a public organization yakafana neorganization yedu yekuti inongoshanda yorega kuita ma-accounts, ma-reports back. Saka clearly you will be given how the money was spent.
Aha, okay. Thank you so much. Aiwa, ndokutendai zvangu nkomasiteni nekuya kwamaita pano. Matimi mi hearing yekoti yenyu iri musi wani?
Musi wa 13.
Musi wa 13 July.
July hongu.
Apa muri kutongerwa nenyaya yekuti makaita sei?
Hanzi ndakati Vice President Mpekezela Mpoko vakasabuda muhotera ndichapisa hotera yacho.
You threatening to burn the hotel?
Threatening to burn the hotel if he does not vacate.
Okay. Did you threaten that?
Not at all, not even. These are just summed up charges.
These are allegations. Okay. Aiwa, ndinotenda zvangu mukoma Stan. We'll keep in touch kuseri, as you know. Tichinzwa kuti zvinhu zvinenge zvafamba sei. We wish you well with the struggle that you are fighting for us there in Zimbabwe. And yes.
Ndinokutenda imose.
Aiwa. Tatenda zvedu mo keep safe.
Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Yes.
Right. Ndimukoma Stan Zvorwadza watatu kufamba nawo nhasi awo. Regai ndimbokupa ikambo tichimbomwira mvura bijana ka tozofambira mberi nechirongwa. I want to talk a little bit about nyaya yatakanzwa yakaburitswa iyo ichinzi Vatsvangirai is not well, and he had the courage to come out and tell the world what he is suffering from. Some are saying kuti it shows how courageous the man is, but some are saying that he wants sympathy from us now. I don't know where people come up, how people come up with these allegations. But anyway, we'll talk about that shortly after this.
This is a disclaimer. The opinions expressed by contributors during radio call-in shows are solely those of the individual callers and do not reflect the opinions of Zimnet Radio, DJs, presenters, managers or administration. Listeners are encouraged and advised to seek the services of qualified professionals for their personal problems.
In touch with the best online station, Zimnet Radio.
Make the whole world know about your business. Advertise with Zimnet Radio. Email marketing@zimnetradio.com.
This has to go down as one of the best additions to the station. It's the chemistry in Zimbabwe. Ndishiti Morise says Zimbabwe. Hold tight. Tukuona changes. We appreciate the changes that are happening in our absence. Credit must go to the management team for the efforts that they've been making in the background. Vakanyarara zvavo. Zvinonakiza kuona. Ndinongoshaura kuti makadii zvenyu tichiri kuno kuzvedu takaterera. So, God bless.
It is a Thursday, and you know what that means. It's a men's corner show with yours truly, DJ Sodza.
Alright, those are Senator Zimbabwe. Thank you so much. That was Mkoma Zvorwadza there on the ground in Zimbabwe doing things that he believes in, and he's saying that he is giving his life for the cause, and he wants people to join him. Mune zvine zviri kuitwa pavanenge vaona pakanganiswa chinhu chete, they want to go there and protest and voice kuti mazwi avo anzikwe kuti we are seeing what's happening, and anything chine changoitwa chisina kururama chete, and we will be standing against it. Thank you so much, Mkoma Stan. Have a good night there, Kumbaoko. I hope tonight you are sleeping in the comfort of your bed with the blankets there, not in those cells in central Harare there. Anyway, makazvinzwa zvakataurwa navatsvangirai vakabuda vachitaura ivo, and I can't believe I don't know how many politicians have since come out in the past, especially in Africa, vachitaura exactly chirwere chavari kurwara nacho and what's going on in their lives. Some people were saying that this is a courageous man to come out, and it is his responsibility semunhu anenge ari public figure kuti abude achitaura such. But some are saying that maybe this guy is just trying to get some sympathy vote, because basically, why would you tell the world such critical illness that you can have, munhu? Why didn't he just shut up and get himself sorted and also taura apora, or not even talk about it, because it is a private matter? I don't know, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I don't know kuti mabakaona here imwe article yandakanyora. I actually made it very clear kuti welcome our president Tsvangirai coming out open. Mind you, I know kuti people vari kuita criticize, they fail to understand kuti Tsvangirai is not only an opposition leader. Tsvangirai is a government in waiting. Tsvangirai is a former prime minister of Zimbabwe. And as both the former prime minister of Zimbabwe, president of the main and the biggest opposition party in Southern Africa, it's imperative that he become consistent with the motto and ethos of MDC, and that of being accountable, and that of being engaging with the people of Zimbabwe. And all that becoming open and public was in pursuit of such a role that he plays, such a role that he played, to end possible speculation. Again, apart from that, it actually gives him a space to confront his health issues without intrusion and obstruction. And here is a person who has shown statesmanship. All over the world, you find that speculation over a time can actually sort of impede in the running of a government. It actually can affect the economic and physical aspect of the country. And this is why all prominent people or heads of states, they actually come out open so that there are no speculations. And it's in the public domain of what, in terms of illness, what they are suffering or whether they are ill or not. Unlike Mugabe at the moment, we all know, or we think we know, or we have been speculating for so long about Mugabe's state of health. He goes to kunana Singapore, anga jimboyenda kunana negi South Africa for medication, etc. We don't know, but Arukita suffer with what? We don't know. Mugabe can, and that actually can have repercussion both in terms of the economy of the country, in terms of putting the political into turmoil. And we don't want that. And here is a scenario, here is a person with the qualities of a leader who comes up open. Okay, this is the illness that I'm suffering from, right? He's not looking, I know some people have been saying he's trying to look for sympathy. From where? From whom? What for? He is not saying that he wants Zimbabweans out there to pray for him, right? He is not sympathizing. He is not looking for sympathy. We are not even facing any election this year where people might say, well, in the few weeks, let's vote for him because he is ill so that he can get on the throne for a few months and then, before his time. This is not the scenario. This is 2016 and the elections are actually in 2018. Okay. There is a scenario where Changra is not looking or is not soliciting for any sympathy. All he is doing is engaging with the people of Zimbabwe as a head of state, as a head of the main opposition party.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much, Wapepere. Mukoma Wilbert, what did you make of this coming out in very specific kuti munhu akurwara nezvakati and this is the situation and this is where we are, the specific of it shocked some people. Did it shock you?
To be quite honest, I think this is just one of those cases where there are pluses and minuses both sides. Coming out and saying what you're suffering from, it's got its advantages. But keeping it to yourself has also got its advantages. And personally, I think it was his decision. If he decided he's going to come out, good luck to him. All one can say is, I may not support him. I may not agree with his policies, but I definitely don't wish him ill. So, quick recovery. And I hope they got the problem while it's still early because it can be treated from what I've heard. So, wish him well.
Wish him well indeed. Sally?
Yes, DJ Sodza.
Yeah, Sally, I must tell you that I think you've gone and get that mic that is not very good today.
No. Why? What's happening?
Yeah, it's not very clear. But anyway, what did you make of Tsvangirai coming out and specifically telling us what he's suffering from and the stage he is at and all that? Do you think that is necessary?
Yes, very necessary. He's a public, very high up political figure. He owes it to the country, he owes it to his supporters, he owes it to the nation. That is what politicians do, because they realize that their private lives don't exist anymore, and something as serious as what he has, the nation needs to hear, and his supporters need to know. You can't run a country like Mugabe jumping on his aeroplane and flitting off to Singapore, and you see all the speculation that gets left behind, and it's so bad for the country, it's so bad for the economy, it's so bad for the people as a whole. I mean, you never know if the guy's going to come back or if he's going to die there or whatever, okay? It is not the way to run a country or be a high-up politician. It's not the way to do things. When you inform the country of what is happening in your life in that situation with your health, okay, the people are then able to make decisions that they want to. They're able to offer a lot of emotional support, which I think is brilliant at a time like this. The international community will then know what's happening, okay, and you won't find the economy being so badly hit, okay, if a president or an important politician in the country announces things like what's happening with their health. It's a speculation that kills the country. It kills the economy.
Right.
Because investors want to know what they're getting into. They don't want to have to think, well, tomorrow will I still have the company?
The uncertainty of things.
Yes, he did. It's spectacular. He did a fantastic thing. It's what he owes his party and his supporters and the country, and he realized that, and it's fantastic. I mean, I don't agree with him at all, okay, as everybody knows, but I certainly wish him all the best and blessings and healings and strength and everything.
Thank you so much, Sally.
I'm very impressed. I really am. And if Mugabe did something like that, I think we'd all drop dead of fright.
Yeah, that was a good PR for him. Anyway,
PR. It's not a PR. It's not PR. Okay? It's not PR. Don't. You see, that's then when you get the people saying, he's doing it for sympathy and everything. No, it's what politicians that are important have to do. They have to do it.
Okay.
If
All right,
you're
Sally.
interested in your country, then and the people and the economy and everything, you have to do these things.
Okay, Sally. Zvanzi namukoma Jabu ndiyo inonzi transparency yakaitwa navatsvangirayo. How much more do people want him to be transparent? As a people, it seems as if we are more and more losing our sympathetic and empathetic abilities. If a soldier is not well, the army has to know we, the people, are the army. So, a good job to Tsvangirai there. Ndimukoma Jabao. Sekuru, what did you make of that statement and being very specific of his illness there?
In my view, Tsvangirai did the right thing. Any potential leader should do to a country that he expects to lead. Because for the purposes of planning, it helps the MDC to plan ahead and say, okay, if the president dies, which is likely to happen because he is sick, what are we going to do? It also gives the nation a chance to make a decision on whether to elect him as a president when they know that his ailment is of this nature. Can it be cured or can it not be cured? Izvi zvekuti tinotongwa nemawheelchair nemarinda hazvizi right. We don't like to speculate on the health of our president or our leaders. We want to know so that when we make a decision, we don't have to regret it tomorrow. If we vote, we want to vote for a person we know they are in good health or they are in bad health, but still capable of doing their job. This business of voting for a person not knowing whether they will be able to walk tomorrow, we don't want that. So to me, what Changra is set in motion is something that all party leaders should emulate. See what happened to Tendai Biti when he left the MDC, and everybody was speculating that he has got HIV and things like that. We don't want that. We want to know. We want to know from the person himself, and they openly say, this is what is happening to me, and we say, fine, this is our leader.
Okay, thank you very much, Sekuru. Mukoma Benford there, what did you make of that statement?
I think zvakaitwa navachangira zvakanaka zvikuru. Vanhu veZimbabwe nemasupporters vangava MDC kana vapi zvavo vane kodzero yekuti vazive utano hwemunhu, particularly kana takatarisana nemacandidates angangozovhoterwa. I think zviri very very important izvozvo zvekuti tizovhotera umwe munhu wakaita zvesa unozongoswera achiinda kuSingapore after every 2 weeks netisingade. The only problem yandakaona ichaitika manje nenyaya iyoyi ndeyekuti it comes down to how MDC team had been structured. It was revolving around a personality. And now that there is this reality yokuti Tsvangirai might not be able to lead the party, I can predict that there's going to be chaos in MDC. Come out 2018, if Tsvangirai is not able due to health reasons to lead MDC, it will be probably MDC is going to be one of the weakest opposition parties because Yanga yakapfirwa around a personality.
Andi maichemerera kuti Tsvangirai dai ambobvawo vamwe vatonge makuti akabva futi inosakara. Mukoma Benford, what are you talking now?
No.
Yeah, I think that is
saying what I'm saying is vakatadza kuita groom leadership yavo. Vanasekuru vaiti kwai Tsvangirai ngangoramba aripo. Now this is the reason why people should realize kuti munofanira kuva nemaprinciples and not build a party around my personalities, because due to any other reason that person unogona kungomuka asiripo, which is exactly what is happening in issue ya Tsvangirai.
Saka Mukoma Benford, saka maybe you believe kuti Tsvangirai, if Tsvangirai steps aside, MDC is weakened, yes or no?
At the moment, yes. Dai akabva kudhara, it would be yairamba iri strong. But because vakaramba vachieliminate vanhu vakanga vari vachida kubuilda party yavo vaingomuopoza vaibviswa vachieliminatwa, they've weakened their party to the extent yokuti kubva kwake iko zvinezvi inobva yatongopararira ipapo.
Okay.
You are
all right.
getting a lot of crap.
DJ, can I just answer that? I think it's very specific.
Okay.
I think that allegation inowanza kuitwa nevanhu vari paterrace who have nothing, who are outside the political dynamics MDC vasingazive kuti MDC yakabva kuri. MDC was formed nemapato akawanda, a multi-stakeholder party. This is why you find kuti vana Watchman akabuda mu-MDC achifunga kuti he was so much important that kana abuda iye the party will collapse, and it didn't. It thought kuti he was so important kana abuda iye party will collapse, akatora mari yese. Now the party doesn't have money that it will collapse, and it didn't. That is nothing to do with one leader. It's one MDC, constitution MDC, nema policies yaeni, and the ideology yaeni will make it stronger today, tomorrow, and for the next 1,000 years. Iwewe neni tukutaura panapa, we might die, right? MDC will be stronger. People will just flip the pages and interpret the ideology of the MDC. It is a people's project, and for as long as that there are people, the project will not die. And this is why you find Kuti Kubulawayo, Tangrai was not there. And what happened to Bulawayo in terms of the demonstrations? People came out. Tangrai was not Kubindura, and what happened to the demo? People came out. Tangrai was not in Mutare, and what happened? People came out. MDC is hierarchical, very clear in terms of the constitution, and it will not run short of credible leadership. I want to make it very clear.
Very clear. Thank you so much, Wapepe. That Tanga, a lot of people are calling now. Vamoyo. Did you think that was a good thing for him to come out and disclose to the specific of his illness?
Inini semaonero angu ndinoona hangu sekunge asina kuita zvakanaka. Pandotanga kutaura paye ndosaka ndanga ndisina kumbobva ndataura nezvenature yeurwere hwangu. The reason is the same thing neyataurwa nava Anti-Combat Board. Is exactly the same reason. Yekuti ingaone vanasekuru chaivo vanoti zvinoirema. Hazvirevi kuti wese ari padyo newe ari kukusekerera anokufarira. Mukatarisa how vana vorushemweve vanatenda iditi nana Mangoma came out. It was all to do with leadership. And right now, it will definitely set a feeling of uncertainty as to whether you will be there or not. Depending on the progress that is going to make with the treatment. But in the meantime, the danger is people may start jostling for positions in preparation for his departure. People are people. That is likely to happen. And in the process of jostling for those positions, it may now divert the attention of the party and the people from the core values to something else totally different. I have never at any time wished MDC dead or ill of it. In fact, I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be stronger and better, because any government, if left unchecked, is dangerous. Anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter which government. And the role of the opposition is supposed to keep the government in check. And I expect MDC to do precisely that. So any problem that occurs within the MDC is not for the MDC. It goes into the entire nation. This is why we want MDC to do better. And I think his statements and pronouncements, to me, were very unfortunate. It could be maybe limited education, but knowing people as I do, we pray that there will not be chaos in MDC. We wish they remain one entity and they remain focused in the development of their party and not start fighting each other. So, he could have probably just mentioned the progress of his recovery. But going into the details, I think it may have the potential.
Can I just say something there quickly?
That is my fear. it's my personal fear.
Moyo, can I just say something quickly?
Right.
Well, if you're on the Skype, you can see the number of people who are still on the panel. I think you need to give them other people also a chance to say something. Because if you end up being the only one speaking day after day after day, I think we'll honestly lose more people. People will lose interest.
Now,
Okay.
but you are taking up time.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mkoma Wilbert. Right. Thank you, Moyo. I understand what you are saying there, that it's not good because now people will be positioning themselves and all that to take over. Baba Dikondo, what did you make of it?
Zvizhinji zvataurwa hazvo DJ and ini ndiri kusaidha hangu rekuti he did a very good thing. It's what we call first mover advantage. Atoseta precedent yekutiwo even amugabe kana vane zvinovanetsawo muconscience mavo vachatanga kuzvibvunza kuti hazvisi zvinhu zvakanaka here kuti urwere hwangu huzivikanwe. And I think zvinobatsirawo kubato ravatsvangirai reMDC kuti whatever plans dzavari kuita kana iri workload vochirujisawo kunani kuna president wavo kuti varikave zvakanaka. So yes, it's a good thing. It is a good thing.
Thank you so much, Baba Tikondo. Teteo Mashoko, what did you make of it? Right. Mukoma Tafatwa?
Yes, sorry, I thought I was... Sorry, I thought Nanda... I had unmuted. Sorry.
Okay, right. Teteo Mashoko, briefly, time dzacho panapa mukoma moyo akuda kupinda pawairesi. Mungangoti gaga ere Teteo Mashoko, what did you make of Tsvangirai coming out? Are you pro that or you are not convinced like Wamoyo na Mkoma Benford there saying that it's not good?
Ini I'm a clinician. Transparency inoshanda in so many ways. Transparency inoita kuti vamwe vanhu vanga vachirwara vanobva vafeel better kuti handisi ndega, and also you will share kuti treatment iri kushanda isiri kushanda and so forth and so on. And that is what leaders do. Vanhu, I don't want to say ndo zvataya vanhu zvavanga vachikumbira kuti dai zvazvaitika, it sounds nasty. Let's put it this way. Things have a tendency to settle themselves. I know people are going to phone Watanga Kundituka, you are welcome. My mujuru, potentially, my mujuru is really in trouble. Why? If Babongo decides to step down, but for health reasons, ini ndakupangu matom kunevaripo, and that is nonsense. Butanza munava no who can take over. There are quite a number of people. If I say two, but look, there are so many people who would take without blinking an eye, without missing a step, who will hit the ground running and change MDC. Really change it on its head to such an extent they will come back with confidence very young, very vibrant. As for nyaya yevanhu yekushaya empathy, that is true. The very fact yekuti munhu ari kutaura a life threatening illness yakafanana necancer, and people don't empathize with that, it says a lot about us as a country. Tanyanya kuvane tuba so oppressed, atichaziya hunhu hwedu chaivo ubuntu, we have lost it.
Okay, Mashoko are very strong to tell Mashoko. Thank you so much. Mkoma Tafadzwa, thank you so much there. I know that we used to have luxury of extending the show, but DJ Moe has got a brand new show that is airing, so we need to wrap up now. Otherwise, I'll be in big trouble. What did you make of it?
I think we saw a speedy recovery, and just that we are praying for him. All his supporters, members of the NCCT, we are rallying behind him and we're praying for him. And I think we applaud the way, because it just brings stability and transparency in the party. That's just
okay. Thank you so much, Mukoma Tafatswa, for that. Right. Zvisine muri yeZimbabwe, I think Kwanasi tatandara zvakwana. It's 2 minutes after the hour of 12. Mukati? What happened?
Demo yeku London.
Oh right, yeah. Quickly, what's all this demo yeku London, and when is it?
Right, ile musi wa 5 July, which is next Tuesday. DLA Pipe Headquarters, 3 Noble Street, EC2V 7EE. High level delegation is ZANU-PF. Irikuya kuno, they failed to look east, they are now looking west. So Patrick Chinamasa is leading the delegation. Obeti Mpofu okuba 15 billion is coming here as well. Dr. John Mangujka, the bond notes governor, is coming. Mr. Mike Bima, Minister of Industry and Commerce, they are coming, among other government dignitaries. Let me hasten also to say, Kuti, we are not ruling out citizen arrest for Obet Mpofu. It is starting at 9 a.m. and it's again 5th July, Tuesday next week, London. Yeah. So a lot of Zimbabweans will be going there to voice their anger. Worse still, if you want to get in, there is £575 plus VAT.
To simply get into the room.
Correct. To see Mpofu. Just to get into the room and see Anampofu na Patrick Chinamasa. £575 plus VAT.
Who is getting that revenue?
Well, we don't know. Maybe they are trying to fundraise. They are saying to meet potential investors. Kuwati Zimbabwe is now safe, is now ready to do business with the West. Please come to Zimbabwe and we welcome you. So that is the message that they are bringing. And for the £575 plus VAT, just to get into the room, I have virtually no idea where the money is going to provide. It might be that it's they are fundraising. So Anampofu with their 15 billion that they've already stolen, and Patrick Chinamasa, they still need these 575 contributions from fellow Zimbabweans whom are here struggling.
Okay, Aiwa. Thank you so much, Wapebe. So for those in UK, if you want to go to that proceedings, it's the 5th of July, London. For more information, Mogaita contact Wapebe per Facebook page Power. If you want more details, you can be given. Mkoma Jabu, we knew Vamoyo would oppose anything good by MDC. There's no point seeking his opinion, DJ. Let's not twist this into Moyo show again, please.
DJ, sorry DJ, I know I've actually not time, but I think there is kind of like a culture around development of radio. Kufunga kuti MDC voice chat and voice song of where I also accept kune vanhu vane alternative views vanenge vachimeka sense. Moyo was making a lot of sense on this. Whether vanhu vakuda kufunga kuti ari anti MDC, yeah,
Moyo make sense.
Okay. Thank you so much, Babati Kondo, on that. Vamoyo is always a formidable character, and we want him on the show. We are not discouraging him from coming to the show, and we want to hear his opinion. That's why I always give him opportunity. Zimbabwe, inini basa ndasiyanda peta kunoku. Tinoshanda ni time, and my time is up. Otherwise, if I do this next week, 2 minutes over the time, because I'm not following protocol. We are going now live to Dallas, Texas. DJ Mo is taking over. Ndongoti matapiriwa nechirongwa chatakuigirai nhasi. Next week tinenge tine dzimwe nyaya. Let's hope kuti Lumumba anenge asati amuchitokisi by then of what he has been talking today. He's been saying some really provocative words towards the president. Ndatumirwa mavideos kunoku. We cannot repeat what he was saying on radio, otherwise tinokurwa musoro zvakare. It's a good morning, good evening to you all, and good afternoon. Thank you so much. My name is DJ Sodza. We'll meet again next week. Goodbye.
That is the end of this entertainment.
Now stop messing about.